Alright, here we go. Just start sitting comfortably, get the legs folded in however it's most easy. And just start to let things quiet down. And staying really quiet, I'm going to switch my legs, sit on the shins. Try to get my shoulders to relax. Flip the palms over and back just a few times. And find the resting spot, whether I like them down or up, and then take 5 rounds of breath. After the 5 rounds of breath, eyes flutter open, awareness goes to the hands. And just move things around, open and close the hands. Circulate the wrists, puppet show. I want to do some finger pulls. So fingertips pulling down towards the ground, starting the pinky. Twists as you grip, stretch out the finger. Pull the wrist back, flick as the finger is pulled all the way. Dragging, twisting as you grip, little flick as you release. Pulling the fingertips back towards the forearm, you can even push the heel, the wrist out a little bit as you twist, stretch, and flick. Make sure you're still breathing or it's not yoga. Twisting, stretching, flicking. Don't forget the thumb. Twisting, stretching, flick. A few more rotations, get that hand ready. Other side. Twisting, gripping, flick. Pulling back and down. Find a special grip with the hands. So you've got one hand over the top of the other, so wrist crisscross, and then take the hands back up and over. Do that a few times. Don't switch that grip. So opposite hand goes over the top. You'll know by the opposite wrist coming on top. Thumbs can lock. And then twist the hands in again a few times. Just getting the wrist warms. And one last big stretch wide with the arms. Palms face up, fingertips reach out, and arc the arms way up. Interlace the fingers, turn the hands inside out, push up. Release the hands. Okay, we'll start to move a little bit more. Go into reverse table. So you can have the fingertips face forward or face back. I think I'll start mine with fingertips facing back. And we'll hold this for 5 breaths. So that'll be the game. Once you establish the position, can you keep hips about knee height, head can roll back, and then 5 steady breaths in and out. Come down early if the wrists get uncomfortable. 5 breaths total here. Try to be strong with the push of the feet into the ground. You can imagine hugging something between your knees, pressing up with the hips, strong across the whole front of the chest, puffing up. Then down slow. As you come down, take a moment to get your bearings. Don't let the head get dizzy. Feet on the ground. You can hug around the legs. You can have the hands behind you, whatever feels good. And then we'll do boat. So bouncing on the sitting bones. See if you can float the feet, or you can leave them down. Just lean back a little bit. Try to make the spine really long. Pull the back of the head back in space. Arms go out to balance. 5 rounds of breath here. And coming out of boat, let the feet rest. Knees drop to the side, soles of the feet together. And just hang out for 5 breaths. Head can fall forward, chest can tip. Arms go where it's comfortable. You can flip the palms up and take the arms underneath. You can massage the feet. Raising back up slowly. Okay, things will get a little more playful as we bring the feet back to touch the floor. We'll kick the right leg out straight. Left foot presses down. Then 5 rounds of breath in boat as you lean back to your point where you can reach through the right heel, reach through the top of the head, lean back, puff out the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, breathe for 5 rounds of breath. You can draw the right big toe up and over towards the shin. You can reach out through the fingertips, whatever helps keeping you breathing deep out through the whole body. After the 5th exhale, keep that right leg extended as we find that reverse tabletop again. You can switch fingertips forward maybe, or you can try fingertips back. Whatever feels good to push into the floor. Lift up your hips about knee height. Lift up your right leg as far as it can easily go. Take your head where it's comfortable. 5 rounds of breath here. On the 5th exhale, you're going to hug that right heel in towards your butt. As you sit down, we're going to tuck that right foot underneath, off to the side a little bit so you don't smash it too much. And stick the left leg out. And sitting upright, take your time to lay back. Onto elbows, maybe all the way down onto the back. 5 rounds of breath. And come back up really gradually. Freeing that right leg. rounds of breath, whatever resting pose you want. Soles of the feet can come back together. Maybe it's knees into the chest. Whatever feels the most natural. Coming out slowly. Set up for boat the other way. So opposite leg extends. Reaching through the heel to bring the leg towards straight. Pull the toes back towards your body. Push the other foot down into the ground to help steady yourself. Really long through the chest, reaching through the head. Breathing deep, 5 rounds of breath. With the exhale, left leg stays extended, hands find the ground, push into the floor, upward facing tabletop, leg extends, 5 rounds of breath. On the 5th exhale, foot's going to tuck under, left foot. You sit down, tuck the left leg back. Make sure the left knee is comfortable. When it is, you can lay back. Find 5 rounds of breath. Coming up slow. Your resting pose to reset. You can stand your back, you can sit up, you can just send the legs out. Find your spot where you feel really comfy and relaxed. And take 5 inhales and 5 exhales. Okay, downward facing dog's next. Tuck the legs back. Stretch the fingers wide. Push the hands into the floor. Go up, toes under. Head drops. So we'll spice things up in downward dog by walking the hands out as far as you can maintain. We're going to do a 5 breath hold. The hands extended out. So I'm going to challenge yourself to go super far. If you don't feel like challenging yourself, bring the hands in closer. Then once you find your pose you can maintain, push down with the hands, 5 rounds of breath. Hugging the hands back towards the toes, strong in the belly. Always come out early if something hurts. And the game will be to take 5 rounds of breath, to walk the hands very slowly back towards the feet, forward fold towards the back of the mat. Going slow, breathing. Use the pull of the hips up and back to help out the arms. And finding the fold at the back of the mat. Let the arms rest. Dangle the head heavy. A little bend to the knees if you need it. 5 rounds of breath. Decompress the arms and the shoulders and the head and the face. Try to drool. Next is a flat back, and it'll be for 5 rounds of breath. So take your time to find the shape, to find the spine, reaching out across the floor, gaze down. Legs push towards straight, shoulders go on the back. Breath is smooth, get long through the spine. Inhale is the same length as the exhales. Keep perfecting the shape as best you can tell, aligning the spine perfectly, breath by breath. Reaching through the tailbone, reaching through the crown of the head. Anchor all the toes. Coming up slow. To stand, keep the feet wide, walk them back together. Standing still for 5 rounds of breath. Maybe the arms go behind the back, clasping elbows. Maybe hands at the sides, maybe hands together at the chest. Whatever works. Setting up the stance so they can move. So bring the feet in a little closer and on balance under the hips. Really upright through the spine, maybe a little bend to the knees. Maybe close the eyes if they're not closed already. See if you can go slow. Walking forward, 5 rounds of breath to get to the top of the mat. When you get to the top of the mat, 5 rounds of breath there. You reset the feet. Choose a position for the hands and arms. Next, we'll stretch your arms out sideways. Make a fist, leave the thumb out. Feel the shoulders slide into place on the back. Nice tall posture, feet grounded, legs will stay steady, chest is steady. We'll twist at the shoulders and we'll keep the hands in sequence. 5 rounds of breath. Inhale takes the thumbs up and over and down. The exhale takes the thumbs up, forward and down. Internal rotation. Inhale, external rotation. Exhale, inward, up and down. Keep going with your breath. Keep punching the knuckles sideways. Keep pressing the fingertips into the palm. Reaching up through the head. Once the arms rest, just let everything settle. We'll come into a standing balance. Right knee's going to hover up. You're going to catch it. You're going to reach the right arm out to the side, eventually around to the back. Take your gaze very steady. Maybe you can play with the gaze going towards the back. 5 rounds of breath here. Standing tall. Coming down, shaking things out to reset. Other leg. Knee up, gripping the knee, dropping the weight heavy into the hand. Arm reaches out and around and back. Gaze goes where you can stay balanced. Breathing, 5 rounds of breath. Slowly resetting, taking 5 rounds of breath, standing still. Maybe the arms go behind, opposite forearm on top. We did that before. Next, we'll go into that same balance again, 5 rounds of breath. Then we'll add another 5 rounds as we go back towards Warrior 3. So we'll be standing on that one leg for 10 rounds of breath. You can add a little micro bend. You can add eye gaze, one steady spot to keep you grounded. Just keep breathing. If you come out of it and have to put a foot down, just come right back in. Stay relaxed. As you bring the right knee up, arm out to the side, reach out and back, gaze where you can stay balanced. On the 5th round of breath in your standing twist, start to think about the transition. And release the right leg, start to stick it back, straight out. Try to make the chest parallel to the ground, right leg parallel to the ground. Arms go where it's comfortable and helps you stay balanced, stay breathing. You can flex the right toes towards the right shin, reach through the right heel, just like we did in that boat pose, reach through the head. You can swim with the arms, you can bend and re-straighten the bottom leg. Keep breathing. 5th exhale, you're going to set your right foot down, set up like it's triangle. Left toes forward, back foot down, chest spins to the right. And you just stand there and relax. 5 rounds of breath. Arms go where it's comfortable, maybe behind your back, maybe hands stay on the hips. Work the stance triangle really wide. I'm going to take my left foot really far forward. I'm going to make sure I can get my left hand all the way to the floor. If you want to use a block, maybe an animal to put your hand on, you can do that too. But I'm going to try to really reach all the way to the floor. Top arm reaches up, then gaze goes where it's comfortable as I open up my chest. Ground with the big toes, pinky toes. 5 rounds of breath here. puff the chest out, lean back a little bit, anchor the feet strongly. So you can keep this triangle shape as you flip your right palm forward, externally rotate that shoulder, and then trace the fingertips across the ceiling, reaching up and forward, stretching long down the right side. Keep stretching long down the right side. And a cartwheel, the right hand down all the way to the floor. Spin on the ball of the right foot. Left hand comes inside the front leg. Back knee drops down. Resting here. And 5 rounds of breath, softening the muscles. Okay, we're going back to downward dog next. You can just curl your back toes under and swing that left leg straight around. If you want to play around a little bit like I did, you can bend the elbows so you get strong, puffing the chest out. You can try just to stack that left leg on the back of the left elbow as you straighten the right leg. Hover around here, and swing left leg back next to right. Downward dog, push the arms straight, inverted V. And 5 rounds of breath. We'll play with hopping forward into a squat. Feet will be jumping outside our hands, so my hands a little bit closer. Strong push through the arms still. But I'll start to aim my toes and kneecaps out. We'll do little hops like we're coming towards a handstand. 5 times. The 5th one's going to jump our feet outside our hands. So whatever works with your legs. You can aim the knees wide on the first one. You can bring the legs closer together, hugging the knees in towards the chest. See what that's like. You can try wide again. You can try to touch the soles of your feet together overhead. I think that's 5. So here we go. Here it comes all the way forward. Oh, yeah. And sinking down into a squat. Resting. 5 rounds of breath. Transition up slowly, straighten the legs, spin the toes and the knees forward, legs stay wide. Wide-legged, flat back. So fingertips on the ground or hands to low shins. Chest parallel to the floor. Take your time finding the shape. 5 rounds of breath once you establish the shape. Rising up slow. Working the feet together, standing up tall. 5 rounds of breath. Eventually take the arms wide again. Make that fist. Fingertips into palms, thumbs out, reaching up. Knuckling towards the side walls. We'll do opposites this time. One thumb goes forward and down, the other goes up and back, bringing out the shoulders in opposite directions on the inhale. And on the exhale, here we come, the other way. Eventually rest in the arms, however it's comfortable. Maybe arms go behind the back, maybe hands stay on the hips, maybe palms spin forward. We'll set up for that same sequence. Standing balance twist into warrior 3, all standing on the same leg. 5 breaths in each pose. Go when you're ready, lift up the opposite knee. Grab the left knee with the right hand. Arm reaches out and back. Standing up tall. Transitioning slowly, releasing a leg, kicking it back out straight, trying to make it parallel to the floor. Stay active in your standing leg, pushing that big toe down, reach through your head, chest flat to the floor, left hip down, the same height as your right. Go where it helps with your arms to stay balanced. You got a little bend to your right knee and play with that, pushing it straighter, lowering back down, reaching through that left leg as it flies. Reaching out with the arms. Keep breathing. Gracefully stepping it back on the 5th exhale. Triangle legs. Chest spins to left as you come up right. Left big toe up towards the top corner of the mat. Right toes aim forward. Get your bearings. 5 rounds of breath here. Move to triangle. Try to get the stance really wide. Try to get my right hand all the way to the floor. Hinging at the right hip. Left arm up. Try to slap the shoulders close together on the back. Top fingers stay active. Reach through the head. Puff the chest out. Lean back a little bit with the left shoulder. Anchor the feet so you stay balanced. Left heel presses down to keep you stable. Think of spinning the left palm to face forward. Drag the left middle finger across the ceiling and slowly start to reach the left arm forward, reaching long down your left side. Reaching, anchoring that left foot, stretching out the left side. Left hand finds the floor, left knee finds the floor onto the ball of the left foot. Right hand inside the right leg. Softening here, 5 rounds of breath. Go back to downward dog. If you want to try that bent right leg stacking on top of the right arm, as you hover for a bit, curl the left toes under to pop the left knee up. Only if you're game. See if you can hang here. And as you push the arms straight, right leg extends back, head dangles. 5 rounds of breath. And 5 times we'll kick the feet up. You can aim the knees wide, try to touch the soles of the feet together, maybe keep the knees into the chest. You can always walk the feet closer. The goal is to get the shoulders right over the wrists, but not too far over. Hips right over to help us balance. When you're ready, pop it up. Fifth one, we hop the feet outside the hands, squat at the top of the mat. And if you're really gung-ho here, you throw in a crow pose. You're ready to rest. You can sit all the way down. Just let the hips drop as low as they want. Five rounds of breath. Stay breathing. She'll come into a forward fold, so toes, knees bend forward. You can do feet wide, you can walk the feet closer together. I'll suggest stepping on the hands in this forward fold, but do what feels good. Back of the hands into the floor, toes into the wrists.
Nice Argentinian Chardonnay down there in the door.
Freeing the hands, half lift, 5 rounds of breath. Feet wide, feet together. Coming up slow. Centering in, maybe palms together, maybe it's arms behind the back. 5 rounds of breath standing. Now we reach the choose your own adventure portion. So I'll go through options you can add on, options you can skip. So you can do the same thing, just repeat that a few times. You can add the next layer. You can go as long as you want. I'll suggest finishing poses after choose your own adventure sequence. So if you want to add to the adventure, here's how you do it. Grabbing the knee, 5 rounds of breath there. Warrior 3. Or you can turn Warrior 3 into half moon. 5 rounds of breath there. You can add coming out of half moon into Gomukhasana legs. Taking that flying leg, setting down behind you, shin goes to the floor. This is where one knee crosses on top of the other. As you sit down here to rest, you'll find 5 rounds of breath. You can have that top leg on the floor with the foot, or you can stack the knees. Whatever's comfortable, 5 rounds of breath. And then you can either sit up for 5 rounds of breath, coming into a twist. Whichever side feels good for 5 rounds of breath. Maybe it feels best just to fold forward. Show that stuff on the other side. Catching the knee. Twisting. 5 rounds of breath. Half moon. Going slow. 5 rounds of breath. Finding the shape. Taking that left leg, flying leg back down to the ground, bending the front knee. Left shin comes down, you sit down. As you sit up, see how it feels on the side. Top leg can stay upright. You can work that top foot out to the side, sitting these on top of each other, sitting up tall. Can twist, can fold. 5 rounds of breath. Whenever you hit a spot where you want to stay and hang out. Then to finish, after as many rounds of that on each side as you can muster, and between rounds on each side, I would suggest cat-cow, something simple, maybe child's pose. You can go slow, you can do the 5 rounds of breath, dropping the belly low. Doming the back high. Maybe it's child's pose. Maybe it's on the belly. After you're done with the choose your own adventure round, giving as much exertion in whatever shapes suit you the most, what I did is something simple. I just sat, felt symmetry was good, did the soles of the feet together a little bit, folding forward. I did a forward fold with my knees bent so I could easily drop the chest down. And I did my legs up vertical, my legs all the way up and over towards plow. Then after I unrolled, I laid there, thought about whether I wanted to move again, and I did. And I just did a simple, reassuring twist with knees together, each side. And after everything was twisted and set perfectly, lay back, drift off, and just lay still. And just lay there as long as you want. And to finish, I just sat and meditated for a couple minutes, listening to my breath.